welcome to the Cherry Pulls Podcast, episode 12.
Hi.
I'm Robin.
I'm Mary.
And this is a podcast mostly about knitting, spinning, and yarny goodness. And we are coming to you from right outside New Orleans, Louisiana.
Welcome, everyone.
Yep, so we want to thank any new viewers, and we would also like to thank our returning viewers for coming back and watching us every week.
We like spending time with you all.
So you can find me as Teeny Button on Ravelry and Instagram. And you can find my Etsy shop, Teeny Button Studios, where I sell hand-dyed yarns and project bags.
And I am Snippin' Fool on Ravelry and Pinterest. And I am My Angry Orange Cat on Instagram.
So we have a podcast group for the podcast. It is Cherry Purls Podcast. It's Cherry Purls Podcast, right?
Yes.
We're going to learn it eventually. If you just search in the group tab on Ravelry, you can find us. And we have a chatter thread for our knit-along. We have an introduction thread. So come on and join and come chat with us.
We'd love to have you.
Yeah. So we are currently hosting a knit-along. You want to tell them about it?
Well, okay. Starting June 1st. Today is June 2nd.
So yesterday.
So beginning yesterday. I should have known that. We have started a Summer Colors Cal. We are hosting this Cal with Robin of the Stitching Between the Pages podcast.
I think it's just Stitching Between Pages.
Oh, I don't know why I keep putting the in there, but okay. Anyway, Stitching Between Pages podcast. And it is a Cal that requires the participants to use 2 different colorways. So you can use at least 2, but you can do any more, multiples or more than 2. Anyway, the finished project has to be at least 75 grams in weight, and whips are counted. So as long as you are not 50% completed by yesterday, you are eligible to enter into the finished object category once it's done. And in order to be eligible for the prizes, you need to be a member of our podcast group. Double dipping is allowed, so feel free to go over to Robin's podcast group and enter in hers, as well as any other CALs that your project may also work for.
Just off the top of my head, the Hungry Cat podcast, hosted by Jessie, is doing I forget what she's calling it, but it's a works in progress along. So if you did start your project before June 1st, you can also enter it in her Cal. Yeah. So it's interesting. It's gonna run for 3 months, and she's drawing prizes for each month.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do know of another Cal, the Stitch and Twitch podcast with Fairy Little and Scylla. They are doing what is called a double dip along, and this is a year-long Cal that they're doing, and this is just any project you can enter in a Cal, you can also enter into their Cal, and they are awarding prizes, I think, on a quarterly basis, and I was actually one of the winners last
exciting.
Last podcast. So so at least there's 3 places you can enter your project into. Yep. So come on and join in.
Yeah. And we're going to be, I don't know if we've mentioned this, we're going to be drawing prizes from both the chatter thread and the finished objects thread. So the more you chat, the more likely you can win a prize.
Sure, more entries.
Yeah. I did have a question earlier today about one of our parameters for the knit-along. We had said no modular projects, and I don't think we were very clear on that. Whenever we said that, we meant like no blanket squares. Like if you do 10 blanket squares on your blanket, that wouldn't count because the whole project has to be finished by the end of the Cal. If you did want to knit a sock scrap blanket in 2 months, best of luck to you, but it would count.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, it would count. The person who emailed me is doing a scarf, a modular scarf, and she didn't link me the pattern, but as long as it's finished by the due date, it would count.
Yeah, and when we're saying like a blanket square doesn't count, you can't just knit 75 grams of blanket squares and not have a finished object. You need to have a finished object to enter into the finished object thread in order to win a prize from that thread. But again, if it doesn't matter how much of the 2 colors you use. I mean, it can be a single color project primarily, and just use a little bit of another skein.
You could do heels and toes on socks if you want.
Yeah, as long as that part of it, there is no requirement. It just has to be 2 different skeins of yarn.
Yeah. It's just something to get us, thinking about color and playing with color and
and how it works together. And that kind of thing.
So, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I'm done.
I was going to say we started our project, so we're going to show them to you in a minute.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, you have any finished objects?
No finished objects this week. No, I have something that had to go in timeout because I struggled with it all week. But, yeah.
What was that?
The one you kept having to help me with because I can't count.
Yeah, that's true. I have a half object, kind of.
Oh, okay. Well,
I guess I'll go first.
You go first.
So, this is a weird kind of segue, but I bought Pearl a cat tree for her birthday last week, and she is 1 year old, and I had to move some things around in my apartment. And while I was moving, I found a project bag behind the sofa.
Nice.
That I thought it was here. I thought I left it here, but it was at my apartment. It was behind the sofa. It was behind the red chair in the corner.
Maybe Pearl was working on that.
She might have.
So are you getting ready to take credit for her work?
No, I did most of the knitting. She did most of the chewing.
That's what she says.
Anyway, this is in I don't know. I forget where I got this bag. I got it at Magnolia Fiber Fest.
Yes, I don't remember the vendor, but I do remember you got it there.
And I love this fabric, and I have my buttons on the front. And it's a drawstring bag. I typically don't like drawstring bags, but I like this one. It has like a silky lining that I really like.
It's really
but the project is the what is it called? The Barn Swallow Fingerless Mitts by Little Church Knits. And it's so pretty.
I like the color.
Like the pattern is fantastic.
The pattern is beautiful. The yarn is beautiful. I think that's a good match of yarn and project.
Yeah. I haven't done the thumb yet because I was going to just wait and do the thumbs at the same time. The thumb is not finished. It's not going to stay like this.
That's how I do them. When I'm doing fingerless gloves, I will knit one, I'll knit the second one, and then I do the thumbs at the same time because I usually do a little bit of a mod on my thumbs, and I mean,
that way they're identical, yeah.
Yeah.
The ribbing is interesting. I forget what it was because all I had left to do whenever I picked this up was just do the cast off at the top. But I think it's a 2x1 ribbing, and I don't think I've ever done anything but 2x2 ribbing. And then this is garter ribbing on the front. But this yarn is it's Lotus Mimi, which is a trendsetter yarn, and that's how much I have of the first ball. I have 2 because they're 50-gram skeins. But I may get away with just using one 50-gram skein for these mitts.
Did you weigh this to see how many?
No, I haven't weighed it yet. But I got this yarn on sale. There's an interesting story behind it. The label says that it's 100% Angora.
Oh.
Yeah. But it turns out that there was either a miscommunication with the mill or they had outsourced it to China and something got lost in translation or something. But there is actually no Angora in this. It's merino, merino, nylon, and like some other like assorted fibers. But
anything but Angora.
Yeah. And there was like a whole deal with that. But I got it on sale, and it's soft, and it's the right color. So I'm not complaining.
It's pretty.
Yeah. And then I have the other ball here. But, oops, I don't know what that's from. That's how, I think I have enough yarn left. Look, that's the full ball.
Wow, you didn't use that much at all.
Yeah, that's so strange. I guess it's really not, because fingerless mitts don't use a whole lot of yarn.
True.
But I don't remember what size I knit these on. I'm sure it's on my project page. And these are Chiaogus. 3s maybe. I think they look like 3s. So, yep.
I'm glad you found it.
Me too. It's not like I'm going to wear them anytime soon, so I'm not that upset that I didn't finish them in time.
No.
I was going to knit them for the,
Sounds like you can put that into Jessie's cowl.
Yeah. She has a prize for whoever has the longest, like the oldest whip. I don't think this will count, because I think I started these in December. Or maybe I started them in February. It's on my project page. That's why I know some people don't really use the Ravelry project pages, but I put everything I can remember in my project page.
I do too. I am very faithful with putting all of my projects on Ravelry. I have a picture I need to put on one of them that I keep forgetting to do. But no, everything that I've done maybe one or two things haven't made it on there.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I've been pretty faithful.
You know what I could do for the whip cow? That spider scarf.
Oh, please finish that.
I have a spider scarf that I started, I think I graduated high school. So I think I started it in 2010 or 2011. That's a pretty old whip, huh? It's really close to being done. I finished most of it. I have maybe a foot left, and it's all drop stitches.
I don't know what. It's this thing that you say you can only knit on it in October.
Yeah, I think I'm going to scrap that because I just want to finish it. I just want it to be I just want to be over. I'm sick of it.
I think you're going to be excited whenever it's finished.
Yeah, and that way I can wear it in October.
Yes.
So that's my first whip.
It's a plan.
Yeah. Go.
Yeah. Okay. Well, since we kind of alluded to it, this is the project that is put in timeout. Speaking of spider scarf.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Show your bag first.
Oh. This is my LSU fleur-de-lis bag that Robin made for me. I think I showed it last week.
It matches your project perfectly.
It does, because inside is my Love of Spiders shawl.
Oh, I just realized every single thing we have to show today is purple.
That makes me happy.
I have 3 purple whips and you have 2, huh?
Oh, I'm in the middle of a row. Well, I guess because I was seriously annoyed.
Yeah.
But anyway, I can't see it all that great. But I think last week I was about here. So I've only put a little bit into it. Mm-hmm. And so I completed the first part of it where it's just all stockinette. And then you've got this section right here when you bring in the second color. And I'm now getting to the second part of it. Oh, I don't have the pattern in here. That where it shows where all the little color work is supposed to represent Charlotte's babies. And I don't know what the deal is. I apparently have knitting ADD or something. But as soon as I got to this part, my stitch counts are off. And I have tinked things back a bazillion times. I've knit a row. One time I tinked it back because I thought I forgot a yarn over in the beginning, and then whenever I got there, no, it was there. I don't know how I missed it. So I tinked it back a whole row for nothing, and then
just for fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Mm.
So it got to the point where it was just frustrating me. I don't know what my deal is with it. I don't usually struggle with projects, but something on this one, I got to a certain point and I just kept messing up and messing up and messing up. And because I'm at a new part to where I'm not exactly sure what the pattern's supposed to look like, it's not intuitive yet. I think once I get a full repeat of the pattern down in this new section, then I'll know, okay, well, this stitch is supposed to go here. This if I'm off, I'll be able to read the pattern just by looking at the project, but I'm not there yet, and I don't know what it's supposed to look like, and apparently I'm not reading the pattern either, because at one point I thought I was supposed to be at the color work, but then there was a part that says, well, repeat. It was a 12-row repeat in this section, but you were supposed to do rows 1 through 10 one more time. Well, I forgot to do that, so I had knit a little on this. I had to take all that out. So yeah. So this is in timeout. Because apparently my head's not gelling with it.
What's the pattern?
This pattern is the Love of Spiders by Melanie Berg. And the colors, the yarn is Gritty Knits Nom. It's an MCN. And the 2 colors are Violet and Goldenrod. I do love the yarn. I do love the pattern. It is not the pattern. It is not the yarn. It is 100%
It's the knitter.
It's the Mary.
It's the knitter.
So
it's a bear.
Yeah, it's been
a bear.
It's been a bear. So I think that
it cracks me up.
At this point, I'm just gonna let it marinate for a little bit in timeout, and I will start on other things. Finish up the sock I had last week. Work on the project that I'm doing for our cow, which is flying along, and I'm loving it.
You'll show it.
I started it last night, like 9 o'clock at night. Yes. So anyway, time out.
Poor thing.
All right, what do you have next?
I'm trying to decide which one I want to show next. I'll do my socks next.
I love how everything's purple.
I know, I love it. We didn't intentionally do that. This is a purple episode. This is in my Kitty Cats with Flower Crowns bag that I made. I wish I could find more of this fabric. And then these are my Hermione's Everyday Socks. It didn't want to come out. This is my Hermione's Everyday Socks.
Does it want to come out anyway?
Yeah, that is the first one.
And I think you showed
Look at that heel.
You showed this last week on the sock
boxes. And I had
boxes.
just started this one when we filmed last week. I think I only had like a couple rows at the toe. But as you can see, it is extremely close to being finished.
Yeah, so you
just a couple more rows until
we matched the heels up. So yeah,
maybe another half an inch, and then I start the ribbing, and then I'm done.
I think it's more than half an inch. That looks like maybe 2 inches.
I'll figure it out.
To start the ribbing.
Yeah, to start the ribbing.
I thought I was counting till you're done.
No.
Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I never do, so,
Yeah, it works.
I'm already covered. So this yarn is the Knitology Springy Sock in the Miss Etiquette colorway, which is a Downton Abbey inspired colorway.
How it goes from purple into that turquoise,
the
back
blue
into the
heel.
Purple. I love it.
I really like it, and they're obviously not identical twins; they're fraternal. But I kind of like that. I've never
think they're beautiful
socks like this before from a blank.
Beautiful.
So this is the cake. I don't have I have enough left to finish the socks definitely, and enough to get some minis out of.
The center has got an awful lot of that turquoise in it.
Yeah. So it's very squishy.
Yeah.
That's why I don't typically knit from the inside of cakes, because I don't like whenever they get all they have no support in the middle, and it makes me feel like they're going to get tangled.
It does collapse on itself.
Yeah.
But I don't really have a problem with it tangling. It just isn't as pretty as it was.
Yeah.
Initially.
I like little baby cakes, so that's why I knit from the outside instead of pulling from the center.
Yeah, I always pull from the center.
Yeah. These are Chiaogu, size US 1, size 2.25 millimeter, I believe. Standard sock size. And then this is, again, the Hermione's Everyday Sock by Erica Luder.
Very nice.
And I love it. I will be knitting this pattern again because it is so easy and it looks so cool. I've gotten more compliments on these socks than most other pairs I've ever knit.
Well, the yarn is beautiful.
Yeah.
Love it.
Thank you.
These are the socks that I was working on last week. The pattern is Bubbles Down the Drain. And last week I was at
Oh, you did the heels.
The heel turn. I hadn't done the heels yet, so I've turned the heels on both because I knit them at the same time. So there's my 2 heels.
Fish Lips Kiss heels, by the way.
Yes, I do Fish Lips Kiss heels.
Fish Lips Kiss.
And I am now coming up the leg, just barely. So I haven't done a lot of work on these this week because I was fighting with my spiders.
Spider fighter.
Yes, I was a spider fighter, and so the socks did get the heel turn, but not much more than that. This is some Cascade yarn. It's Cascade Heritage Quattro. I don't remember the colorway number. It'll be in the show notes, but it was a number.
And it's in the last episode, too.
Yes.
It hasn't changed.
No, same old.
Yeah. Do you have that in a project bag?
No, I do not. It was just sitting next to my knitting area.
Okay, I'll go. I have one more.
Knock this on the. Oh, excuse me. Oh.
That's nice.
Yeah, wasn't that fun? You smell good.
Thank you. I have one more whip. It is in my Paris bag that I made with my little Eiffel Tower.
Very
Zipper
cute.
pull. And this is my project for the cowl. This is the Stella Luna Shawl by Laura Ayler. It is Laura Ayler. I looked it up because last week we were unsure. And
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And I have a little bit done.
Oh, I like the way that starts out.
Yeah, it's really cool. I really like it. And look at the edging on that.
Pretty.
Isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I posted on Instagram. People wanted to know about my stitch markers. And unfortunately, I got these from DFW Fiberfest in the stitch marker swap. So, you can't buy them, I don't think.
No.
But this one's from the Brazen Stitchery. This is a little sheet made out of yarn balls.
Oh, I love that one.
This one I did make. This is a little bee stitch marker. And then this is a sunflower and a ladybug that I got in a mini skein swap. So it's coming
I
along.
love the way that how the colors in that yarn are just gorgeous.
I really love it. And do you know what I literally just realized? I'm going to sound so nerdy. The new Pokemon games coming out in November, one of the legendary Pokemon is a purple bat. And this is my purple Stella Luna shawl. They just announced the typing today, and I got all excited. But I think I'm going to get Sun. I don't think I'm going to get the game with the bat. I think I'm going to get the game with the lion. But anyway, this is the Plucky Knitter Solo, which is an 80-20 merino silk in the Pinky Swear colorway. Ooh, that looks messy. Look at that side. That's better.
It's really, really pretty.
Oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. This is my first Plucky I've ever knit with. And I'm loving it. I've
never had Plucky.
I've talked about this before, but it's difficult to catch an update because they're not like a shop. Well, they are like a shop, but you have to order from their blog whenever they post. Mm-hmm. So it's not that it's weird, but it's like awkward.
It's not the typical.
Yeah.
But I don't see how it's difficult.
Yeah.
So, it may be difficult to get yarn because it sells out quickly or something, but the process of it is just not typical. It's not like you're going on Etsy or you're not buying it actually through their website.
Yeah.
You're buying it through the blog.
Yeah. And then the Stella Luna shawl is this, I would say it's kind of crescent shaped, but it has spokes, kind of like a bat's wing. So the stockinette section is in this color, and then the lace section is going to be in this color, which is my own Teeny Button Studio Solo sock base, which is 100% merino. This is the Luthien colorway, which is one of my Lord of the Rings colorways. And I think I'm actually getting close. I think I have maybe 10 rows until I start the lace section.
That's pretty.
Yeah,
I love the spokes that come out from the center. I like that.
It's really interesting. And at the bottom they make points.
Yeah, that's going to be really pretty.
I really love it.
Good choice.
Thank you.
My project is, let me see if I can pull it all over here. I have started working on the Red Robin Shawl by Helen Stewart.
Which probably sounds familiar because I knit it a couple weeks back.
So this is the front of the pattern.
It is the Robin shawl because I knit it and Robin of Stitching Between Pages knit it.
What I have named this, my project is named Robin and Robin.
Mm-hmm.
Robin spells her name with a Y.
Mm-hmm.
Robin of Stitching Between Pages spells her name with an I. This is also Robin. And when we first met Robin at DFW Fiber Fest, she was wearing the shawl. So I just kind of thought it would be kind of cool to do this as my project.
Mm-hmm. And this is yarn you got at DFW too.
This is yarn one of the skeins of yarn I also got at DFW. So these are the two colorways. This is Western Sky Knits. Well, I guess it's
the bottom looks prettier.
Yeah, the bottom looks prettier. So that's Western Sky Knits.
Oh, and it's sparkly.
And unicorn. So it's
check out that sparkle.
It's got stellina in it.
Can't see the sparkle.
No.
Trust us, it's sparkly.
And then the other color I'm using is Teeny Button Studio. It's one of the Euro bases in Bear.
Yeah, it's just undyed.
And this is where I am.
Is that your unicorn shawl? Oh, it's the Robin and Robin shawl.
It's the Robin and Robin shawl.
But it looks like a unicorn.
Yeah, so this is where I am. The beginning part of it is a stockinette section. And I will knit into, I've got to do 35 rows in stockinette, and then I start the lace type of section.
Is it 35 rows or is it 35 repeats?
35 repeats, I'm sorry.
Yeah, because 35 rows wouldn't be very
35
much.
Repeats of 2 rows.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, anyway, I've gone ahead and thrown some of the color, the unicorn is what I'm going to do the textured part in, the lace part in, but I went ahead and introduced a little bit of it into the stockinette section because I thought that would be a really big part of it in just this, bare color, just to kind of give it a little interest. And I have a little, I don't know how well you can see, it's a little double-decker bus that says London, and I chose that because Helen Stewart is British. So, I'm trying to see how many ways I can tie in robins and all the things that I can tie in that I have into this project. And this is absolutely flying. I started this last night at maybe 9 o'clock. And, it just,
I mean, I knit mine in like a week and a half.
It's really easy because at least this part's really easy. You just, it's intuitive. You've got 2 rows. I mean, easily
easily memorized.
Thank you. All of a sudden I can't talk. Anyway, yes, I can memorize the pattern in half, and I'm just going back and forth as I'm watching podcasts or whatever, and it's gone along well, and no issues like the spiders. I'm loving it, and this yarn, I'm enjoying the unicorn because as it's going along, you see all these beautiful pops of different colors coming through. And sometimes it'll just be one little blip of a color, and then sometimes you'll get a couple of the colors together where, like, let's see. Like right here, you have this big blip of turquoise, that's all alone, and then it pops up again over here. So I'm loving both the colors together. Loving the project.
Yeah. What bag is it in?
It is currently not in a bag.
Well, you're a slacker.
I know. Well, right now, we are in the process of getting ready to move, and everything is kind of in disarray. So whenever I'm not putting things away, per se, I'm just kind of setting it on my table. So it's not really in a project bag.
Yeah.
I mean, I can put it in a project bag, but I wasn't going to put it in a project bag just to take it out and say, hey, this is a project bag it's in. So basically, the socks and this are just sitting on the table next to where I usually sit at knit. The only reason why the spiders are in a project bag because it's in timeout in a different location.
If you can't see it, it can't make you mad.
It doesn't make me mad. It makes me sad because I'm like, I can't figure out what is the roadblock I keep hitting. Why is this project giving me a hard time?
You can't count.
I can't. I mean, how many times did I ask you last weekend, Robin, what am I doing wrong?
And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, you have 5 on this side and 7 on this side. Should that be like that? And you're like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So
we're going to teach you how to count. You'll get the hang of it.
Math was never my strong point.
Yeah.
I was good in English, which my dad could never understand because he was extremely good in English. He was an engineer, and he couldn't understand why I could get English that has a bazillion exceptions to the rules and things like that, whereas math is very concrete, and if it's like this way, it'll be like this in 2 million years, and it never changes, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm just not wired that way.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Yeah.
When knitters face math. All right, what's next?
I have some stash.
So you have something thrown at you, mister?
I do. I have something for next up, but I didn't bring it with me. So
Okay.
I'll just wait.
All right.
This is going to be crinkly, so heads up. I got a swap package. This is part of the Grocery Girls mini swap.
Oh.
Yeah, this is...
You had a wonderful swap partner.
I did. She was fantastic. My swap partner was Gail. She is one of the hosts of the Yarn Shop Girls podcast. And they it's 3 ladies, and they own, I think 2 of them own and 1 of them manages. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but they own a yarn shop in Rhode Island.
Need to go.
Called
Road trip.
Love to Knit. And they're really funny. I think they're hosting a knit along right now for the Gleam Shawl. But go check out their podcast if you have time. They're really funny. So she sent me the goal of the swap. The minimum for the swap was 10 mini skeins of at least 10 grams each and some tea. And so Gail and I were talking back and forth, and we agreed to each send each other a full skein of sock yarn. Just
in addition to
in
the
addition.
minis.
Because I had something that I thought would be perfect for her. So I wanted to send it to her because it's been sitting in my stash for a long time, and it just wasn't speaking to me. And whenever she told me
she wasn't getting any love.
Yeah, she told me she liked autumn colors, and I saw it, and I'm like, oh, that's
this is perfect.
It was meant to be with her. So that's what I sent her. If you want to check out what I sent her, you can check out her podcast. I think she's going to show it next episode. But this is what she sent me.
I know you squeezed when you saw this.
I told her I like mint greens and pastel colors, and so she sent me a skein of Woolen Vine yarns in her Nouveau base. And this is my second skein of Woolen Vine yarns ever, and I love it. I love it. This is the Dracula and Mina colorway from her Vampire Romance. I don't know if it was a collection or if it was it like a yarn club? But it's a singles base and it's gorgeous. It's so pretty.
That is so you.
I love it so much.
You've always loved greens. You love singles. I think this was another match.
It was amazing. So I really want to cast this on, but I can't. I mean, I can, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna resist. I gotta resist. Okay. I have too much to work on, and I don't know what it's gonna be. And part of me thinks maybe I'll let another Red Robin shawlette, but I kind of want to do something different. So we'll see. Wait until
you're 100% positive.
Yeah, we'll see what it wants to be. There's a couple of shawls I have in my queue, but they're all for sport weight. And this is most definitely not a sport weight.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so pretty.
It is. It's lovely.
It's so pretty. And I don't think there's a way. I don't think she dyes this anymore. I think it was for Yarn Club. So you can't get it anymore, supposedly. Oh, I love it. Love it. And she sent me, oh, look, a cute little kitty cat card.
I love that picture.
It looks like whiskers.
I know. I've seen that before on the internet. I just love that kitty.
Yeah. And then she sent me some minis. She didn't label them, so I'm not sure what they are. But I really love almost all of them. Actually, I love all of them. There's none I don't like.
Several of them. Maybe have you tried going to see if she has some on her project page?
I haven't. But I mean, I don't really.
I'm like loving this one.
Yeah, I think that might be Cozy Knitter. But I don't care, honestly, what yarns they are. I'm trying in my scrap blanket. I'm trying to pair them up so that they have good contrast between lights and darks. And there's a good assortment here. So there's this one, which has some golds and some dark blues.
Hey, Charlie.
This one
up on my back.
The gray and the blue. That's got almost Mardi Gras colors.
Yeah, almost Mardi Gras colors.
See, this looks like Jinx yarns to me.
Yeah.
Maybe.
This one's cool. It's like neons, pink and gray, and the yellow. Hey, girlie. We got a visitor.
Pick her up. Show her. There she is. The birthday girl.
She decided to just, I'm walking across.
Does she look older?
Oh, yes.
I told her she looks older.
Much, much older. Ooh, this
so
is
mature
pretty.
now. Look at this one. It's dark. There's some mauves or mauves. One or the other with some grays.
And this one's like a brown and orange and pink.
There's some lime green in there.
Really
this
pretty.
one I think is my favorite. And this one is saying Lorna's Laces to me. I could be totally wrong. I have no idea what these are. But I really love the colors in that one.
This one's pretty as well.
That one kind of looks like this one, but darker.
Yeah. Really, really, really lovely.
Ooh, I like this one too. This is my colors here. The green with the blues and the yellows and the grays.
And then this one's, woohoo, party!
There's a lot of self-striping here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 self-stripings.
Yeah.
Which is good because if you do it right, you can get 2 squares that look different, which I like.
I think you got a great swap package.
Yeah, she sent me some tea too, but I already drank it. So.
Was it good?
It was good, yeah. So thank you, Gail, if you're watching. This was a fantastic swap. I'm really excited.
So
I think this might be I've had some good swap partners, but I think this might have been the best swap I've done so far.
And this was the Grocery Girls Legacy Knits?
Yeah, but this is the Grocery... I didn't sign up for Legacy Knits one. This is the Grocery Girls one.
But
they're hosted together.
But they hosted it together.
It was a little confusing.
Yeah, they hosted it together. You could sign up on either group, and then all the names were combined to do one big giant swap. So you could have been a member of both groups. You just only signed up in one, but you were still going to be paired with everybody that joined in either group.
I thought they did it per group.
No.
Oh.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. I signed up. I swapped. Everything is good.
Yay!
So, let's look at that one more time.
All in mine.
I love it. I feel like this year especially, I've gotten so many yarns that I absolutely love.
That's good.
As opposed to previous years. Like, there's been years where I'm like, I kind of like that. I'll buy it. But, like, I feel like almost everything I've gotten this year I've been in love with, which is fantastic.
That's good.
So, do you have anything thrown at you this week?
No, I have something that's on order, but it hasn't come in yet. So
ooh, I know what it is.
Hopefully it'll come in.
Did you ever hear back from her?
No, I did not. I didn't check my email.
Oh Lord,
Pearl, making some noise.
Well, we'll tell him next week.
Yeah. Well, when it comes in, it comes in.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just made a little little order, and so whenever it comes, we will.
I may have gone in on that too. Maybe.
There's no may. You did.
There's been times where I've said no, though. There's been times where I'm order from this company, and I'm like,
Absolutely. Yeah. You have some restraint at times.
At times. I'm trying to go on a yarn diet this summer because my summer tuition was more expensive than I anticipated it being. So I don't have a whole lot of extra money this summer. Plus, I had to cut my hours at work. Summer school started on Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. And I'm taking 12 hours this summer. And they're not particularly difficult classes, but they all have online homework. And one of them is like a session A class, so it's just the month of June, so you're condensing a 4-month class into 1 month. So I'm probably not going to have a whole lot of extra time.
It's going to be intense, but you'll be happy at the end of June that it's done.
Yeah, at the end of July, actually, because that's whenever everything's done.
Well, I mean, just the session A class. It'll be over with, and then that'll lighten your load for the rest of the summer.
Yeah. It's been 3 days into the school year, and I've already written 1 paper and taken 2 quizzes. So, school semester. School. Yeah. Last summer it wasn't so bad. But
but you're getting into more difficult classes.
Yeah, I mean,
well, theoretically, the further you get into
school. It doesn't seem like it's difficult. I mean, I'm taking management classes, a marketing class, and a hotel restaurant tourism class, and they just seem labor intensive. Like there's all this math in the management class. I'm like, what is there to math about in the management class?
Good thing I don't have to take those.
Yeah. But, I go this summer, I go in the fall, I go in the spring, and I'm done. Which is the general idea. So I think that is all we have for you today, right?
I think that's it.
Yeah,
please come and join our Summer Colors Cal. We really love seeing what everybody's working on.
It's a lot of 3-color cashmere shawls, which I love.
I loved working on mine, and I know I will knit another one of those.
I have one in my queue, but I don't know what I'm going to knit it out of.
I think I also want to. Have you seen the Pure Joy that Hohi did? Oh, that's beautiful too.
What's the new one that goes to benefit doctors?
I can't remember. I saw that came up on Instagram.
Yeah, sand
That's
something.
beautiful.
Yeah, but it's a single color, but you can put stripes in it.
Oh, yeah.
But it's gorgeous anyway.
Yeah, Hohi does some beautiful things. I mean, she's, I can't think of any pattern of hers that I haven't said, ooh, I want to make that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but I think that's all we have for you this week.
I think so too.
So come and join us on the Ravelry group. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below or leave a comment in our Ravelry group. And we will see y'all next week.
Bye, everyone. Have a great week.
Bye.